Microsoft still has plenty of big game announcements on the way. Last week, the gaming giant announced Halo 5 Guardians, leaving many fans wondering if there would be any announcements left to make at E3. Microsoft assures fans that they'll have plenty of new things to talk about, but we'll have to wait and see what they are. Rumored titles that may be shown off at E3 include Gears of War 5 from Microsoft's internal studio Black Tusk, and a new remastered collection of the older Halo games for the Xbox One. Microsoft's E3 press conference will take place Monday, June 9th, and you know EP will be there getting all the goods. As for Halo 5, it's the first game in the franchise built from the ground up for the Xbox One. Developer 343 Industries says the game will show off what the new hardware can do, complete with plenty of new features that make use of the next-gen technology. They haven't said exactly what those new features will be, so that's another thing that will be shown off at E3. And yes, they promise the game will run at 60 frames per second. Halo 5 is slated to launch in fall 2015. That's also when the new live-action Halo TV series produced by Steven Spielberg will hit the airwaves. Ridley Scott is working on a digital Halo feature for Xbox Live that will land this year. One of Hogwarts' most accomplished graduates might be returning to the magical universe. Deadline reports that Gravity director Alfonso Cuarón is in talks to helm the Harry Potter prequel, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. If he takes the job, this won't be his first time in the wizarding world. Cuarón helmed the 2004 film Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, considered by many fans to be one of the best in the series. Fantastic Beasts will take place 70 years before the events of the main Harry Potter stories and chronicle the adventures of magizoologist Newt Scamander. Creator J.K. Rowling is conjuring the screenplay, and you can expect to see the film in theaters on November 18th, 2016. You'll be able to dig up a new Worms game next month. Worms Battlegrounds will surface on the PS4 and Xbox One on June 3rd. This is the first next-gen game in the long-running series, and it promises to be the biggest yet. There are 35 single-player missions along with new weapons to use and environments to destroy. Like the previous games, there's 4-player co-op, but this time around, you and your friends will be able to customize your own clans. We'll have more on Worms Battlegrounds next week. If you're looking for something a lot more ridiculous to play on June 3rd, that's the same-day patch 1.1 for Goat Simulator will hit the streets. It brings a new map and local split-screen co-op to the insanely stupid experience, along with new gameplay features like parkour moves and bicycles. Expect more Goat Simulator content soon, and make sure you watch our review of the game on EPN.TV. The Dark Knight and Inception director Christopher Nolan is about to blast off into outer space. Take a look at the director's latest film, Interstellar. It takes place in the not-too-distant future when pollution and overpopulation have made Earth almost uninhabitable. In a bid to save our species from extinction, a group of astronauts, which includes Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway, leave the solar system on an interstellar spacecraft to find a new home. The science behind the film was inspired by the wormhole theories of physicist Kip Thorne, who happens to be serving as a consultant on the movie. Interstellar will hit Earth on November 7th.
We're not meant to save the world. We're meant to leave it.
Star Wars and Indiana Jones aren't the only classic franchises that Harrison Ford might revisit. The producers of the upcoming Blade Runner sequel have announced that they want Ford to reprise his role of Rick Deckard. He hasn't signed on yet, but has said that he's curious and excited about the project. It's unclear exactly what Deckard might be doing in the new film, and anyone who's seen the director's cut of the first movie will be curious to find out how his character is still alive after 30 years. Director Ridley Scott is already on board. He and Ford had some notorious clashes on the set of the first film, but apparently they've gotten over it.
Embarrassing.
We'll have more on Blade Runner 2 as new details develop. Harrison Ford is rumored to be in talks with Disney about making another Indiana Jones movie, and he's currently shooting Star Wars Episode 7.
I expect to be well paid. I'm in it for the money.
And the real versions of the original Star Wars movies might be coming back to our galaxy. Disney is rumored to be working on a new restoration of the original Star Wars Trilogy, which has never been released on Blu-ray.
Thank the maker.
The films that are available on the HD format are the tainted versions, which feature a lot of pointless, distracting, and downright stupid changes like CGI creatures, different songs, Darth Vader screaming no, and Han Solo allowing Greedo to shoot at him for no good reason. Creator George Lucas had prevented the real versions of the films from being properly preserved and remastered, but he's not in charge anymore. Disney is expected to release them before Star Wars Episode 7 lands in December 2015.
Yes, I know.